The cataclysm-wracked world has lain dormant for eons, scarred and broken by the wars of the ancient wizard kings of old. Now it shudders with new life. Many are they who rise from the ashes to reclaim lost power. New nations, led by new champions, or bound to the will of new wizard kings, rise up amidst the ruins of old, each vying for supremacy. Will they unite the realm, or will they only tear it asunder again? Among them, King Leofric Shale of the Kingdom of Gelland, claiming a lineage to one of the ancient kings of old, seeks to establish a grand feudal realm under his rule. Similarly driven by a self-imposed right to rule, Torbeld Dragonkiller, Warden King of the Deephelm Clan, greedily delves deep for riches and power within the bowels of the earth, spurring his people onward with industrious vigor. And Rajar Jadathrum, first claw of the Jad-ur-Shadal, once slaves to the wizard kings of old, seeks to forge a new path for his people, a path where they will decide their own fate on their own terms by claw, spell, and mace, should that be necessary. But there are other forms of rule, for Archvizier Mustafa ibn Nazir of the Brass Dominion seeks to establish a magicratic hegemony that will stabilize the destructive magics of the world and prevent the cataclysm from ever happening again. Similarly, Virenwe the Radiant, exalted lady of the Covenant of Vines, seeks to rebalance the world, establishing harmony between the rampant magics and verdant growth claiming the realm, and felling the monstrous aberrations that would defy the natural order. But a darker, more sinister power rises, the cult of the Ashen Hand, led by the ancient wizard queen turned high priestess, Zenith the God Vessel. The cult toils surreptitiously beneath the punishing sun to uncover the secrets of the ancient cataclysm and to bind all who oppose them to their will. But there are those who would defy order, rule, and unity for the sake of chaos and anarchy. Horsgul Ullok, Lashmaster and Reaver Chieftain of the Red Wake Orcs, raises a vast and terrible horde to despoil and savage the lands, seeking plunder and glory amidst the flames of conquest. And Grix Heart-Eater, Shaman Queen of the Bloodpeak Goblins, leads her swarming minions across the world, reveling in wanton bloodshed and carnage to sate her lust for mayhem. But down in the deep, there is another force, another power, and that is where this story will take us. Many years ago, Cinarix, a raven-haired girl with the gift of foresight, was born to the Kingdom of Gelland and kept as a curiosity within the fledgling court of King Leofric Shale. Named the King's Truth Speaker, the child's words were often twisted and used by the king as proof of his ancient lineage and divine right. But in truth, her words were the utterances of a mind plagued by nightmares, by visions of some nameless, terrible thing, weaving webs of schemes in the deep darkness below the shattered earth. Her terror called out to that which she dreamt of, and in turn, the thing in the darkness dispatched its coven of cannibalistic worshippers to take her and bring her before its many-eyed gaze. Stolen from Leofric's court and brought down into the bowels of the earth by her captors, Cinarix was presented to the nameless thing from her nightmares, the old god known only as the Spinner in Darkness. The girl's eyes were pierced by its fangs so that her newly infused, god-poisoned blood could act as a catalyst for her visions of the future. With this terrible gift coursing through her veins, the girl-turned-blind oracle was given to the Spinner in Darkness's worshippers, the cannibal coven known as the Unbeheld, to act as a guide that would ensure their dominion over the lands beneath and allow them to venture once more to the world above from which they had once been banished. For the cataclysm ended the age of the wizard kings of old and opened the gate for an ancient evil to return and secure dominion over the world. Gone is the age of sorcery, the age of man, elf, dwarf, and orc. Enter the age of the spider. Greetings, everybody. It is the Ash Heritor. I hope you enjoyed my little introduction, and
let's jump right into the Shattered World with our leader, Cinerix Curseweaver. A new ruler emerges. Explore your surrounding and expand your domain. Prepare to face your rivals and become the master of this realm. Your choices will shape the new Age of Wonders. So I'm going to give a quick overview as to what all of this stuff means, and I will explain some of the game mechanics as we go along. I'm not going to front load anything. It's just going to explain things as they pop up. So, a couple of things to see here. We are human, and we are of the dark culture. All right? Human is one of the many races that you can choose, and there are 5 distinct cultures that you can choose, which is dark, high, feudal, barbaric, and mystic. We have chosen the dark culture, obviously. The advantage of dark culture is that cities with high instability don't give us income penalties, so we don't really give a shit if our population is unhappy, because we're terrorizing our own population anyways, right? We have a -10 alignment, so we are decidedly heading towards the evil side of things, and we can build some special structures that will grant knowledge and extra income in the form of, prisons and crypts, and, you know, torture chambers and all that type of stuff. And our units particularly specialize in inflicting negative status effects and exploiting those negative status effects with the Call the Weak ability, which is a thing that we all get. Now, there's a couple of racial traits that we have. We have spider mounts, obviously, so we get, like, our default, instead of horses, we have spiders. There are other mounts that you can choose from, just by default, but then there's, particularly, you can get, like, an affinity with certain mounts in the game. And we have underground adaptation, which basically allows us to move around through the underground and build cities much more easily. And we automatically start off with the ability to excavate, which will be very useful. Now, we are Ruthless Raiders, which whenever we kill a unit in combat, we gain +3 gold and +3 draft for our nearest city. So gold is something that is empire-wide. That is a resource that we just, our entire empire has gold. Draft is something that's specific to cities. So every city has its own draft and also its own production. And basically production is used to build buildings. Draft is used to recruit units. So killing units will give us 3 gold and 3 draft per tier of unit killed after a successful combat. So we can actually get quite a lot from that. And then we have Ritual Cannibals, which is basically going to do the same thing, except that we get 3 mana, which is also a faction-wide resource, and 3 food. Food is specific to each city and will determine how fast a city grows in population per tier of non-magic origin units killed. So you can't eat magical units like undead or elementals, sadly, but, you know, if it's got fleshy bits, we can eat that, which will be great. We can also eat corpses on the battlefield to heal hit points. Our tome. So when you start the game, you get to pick one of, I think, 10 tomes. And there's a bunch more tomes in the game that you can unlock later down the line. But the Tome of Roots is one that we picked, which I picked this because it's got some cool poison abilities in it. And the tome, as well as the dark culture, as well as these 2 abilities here, determine our total affinities. These are the affinities, so we have 2 nature affinity, 2 chaos affinity, and 2 dark affinity, and that will determine the path through the empire upgrade tree that we go through. So let's go. This is our 2 starting combat spells. We have Healing Roots, which heals and grants regeneration, and Ice Shackles, which deals damage to 2 enemy units, frost damage, and slows them. So now, here's our hero. We have 3 units already within the hero's army. A unit of Warlocks, which is actually already a tier 2 unit that it's basically a magic unit that shoots weakening bolts and has a super powerful Sundering Curse, which deals a lot of damage and drastically weakens enemies, but it requires their full turn to use, and they can only use it once per battle. Oh no, it's got a cooldown of 1 turn. Never mind, it's not once per battle. And then we've got Dark Warriors, which are basic infantry. They use 2-handed weapons, and they have a cool Charge Strike, which actually prevents enemies from retaliating in combat and cancels defensive mode. So they're really good at just cleaving through defensive lines. And then we've got our Pursuers, which is just a pretty basic archer unit. Then we have our scouts, our spider-riding scouts, who are going to immediately go around and start looking for potential resources for us to gather.
You have encountered a resource node.
Yeah.
They provide additional yield to the province they are located in.
Indeed. So that is this, for example, a mana node and a gold vein right here. So what you'll see here, these are all provinces, right? Once our city has enough population, we can actually expand into these provinces and gain access to those resources. And there's specific improvements that you can make to kind of dictate what resources you're going to get out of each province. Now, provinces with resource nodes are going to, by default, give that resource regardless of what you build on there. It's just like, okay, if there's a one with a gold vein, you can build a gold mine to get even more gold. So this will give 10 gold when we expand into this region, regardless of what we build. So if we build a quarry here, we'll get 5 production and the 10 gold. Or we build a gold vein, we get 15 gold instead, etc., etc. We have a mana node here and a quarry or an iron deposit, which will give a ton of production. All right, looking at our city. So these are the different things that we can build in our city right now. We need more population in order to expand into the surrounding territories. So all we can do right now is build here. And I think the first thing that I want to build is a storehouse. Storehouse will give us more food, and more food will allow us to more quickly expand. And we should also build more units. I am going to immediately build an outrider, because more scouts is good. Underground territories can be quite difficult to expand in, because you're basically stuck in all of these congested tunnels, and there's really not much place for cities to be built. So it can be quite difficult to make proper expansions here. But we have some units that we need to kill, so there is a squad of 3 things. It's a gargoyle and 2 lesser stone spirits. I am going to kill them dead. Unfortunately, I can't eat these because they're magical units, but that doesn't mean we can't kill them, and we should, because they're in our territory. So, we're going to go into the battle map. I'll very briefly explain how this works. I've already shown you the units, so you'll just see how the combat works as I do it. By the way, if you are thinking you're going to enjoy this playthrough, please don't hesitate to drop this video a like, and you know, if you want to give some words of encouragement or any advice, leave it in the comments. That all greatly helps the algorithm, and both comments and likes drastically increase the amount of general viewership that this series will get, which is crucial for a new series. So I greatly appreciate it if you guys would do that. Alright, so we're just advancing our units. So we have our Dark Warriors are going to move up with our Archers, and our Warlocks are going to advance here. Now, we can take defensive actions, so this is Cenarix here, our leader, our Oracle, can do a Zone of Warding, which actually affects all enemies or all allies right next to her, whereas every other unit can only affect their immediate zone, their own selves, basically, with their defensive buffs. So, let's end our turn and see what the enemies are going to do. Okay, they are going for, mostly for this flank, perhaps, but we'll see. So, our warriors can run in and immediately attack them. That'll cancel their retaliation, so I'm going to do that. We're just going to run on in there. There's no reason to wait around. I definitely want to take out some of these units, so I'm actually going to launch an attack. So, her ability, the Magic Blast, which, with the staff that she has, will deal some magic damage and will also blind a target. Has a 90% chance to blind a target, which is pretty good. So, we're going to hit them with that. They also have Spirit Weakness, so they're taking extra damage from that. And let's hit this unit with the Sundering Blast. No, let's hit the Flyers with the Sundering Blast. So this is the supercharged up ability that the Warlocks have. Dealt a lot of damage, weakened them. I probably should have attacked them afterwards since they now have Sundered defenses, which I could have exploited, but I didn't. But now I'm going to shoot them. As you can see, they just made 2 attacks, because each attack cost 1 action, and you have 3 action points. Moving a certain distance costs you an action point. So I moved a little bit, which cost me 1 action point. I had 2 left over, so when I clicked attack, they attacked twice. Now, my units here can't do that. They only get 1 attack, but they'll basically deal extra damage per hex traveled. So this unit is very good at being mobile and dishing out a lot of damage. Alright. I don't need to use any of my spells right now. We only have 50 mana to work with. This is our global resource. And then this here, the combat casting points. So every spell costs both mana and combat casting points. It's often the same cost. The combat casting points is how much actual mana, basically, we can use in a battle. So Even if we have 50 mana that we can spend in total, we can only actually use 35 mana this battle. But regardless, I'm not likely going to use it, although this may alter my decision, because I don't like these guys being right here, though they admittedly don't do very much damage. So, they're giving me a bit of a wallop, which is fine. Now, the problem is this unit is locked in combat, so if they attempt to retreat, it will trigger a reflex or an attack of opportunity. Potentially. I don't know if this unit does attacks of opportunity. Like, it's a melee unit. I assume it can. It must be able to. Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is have my leader back up, which will trigger attacks of opportunity from both of them. But she can take it. Okay, it only triggered it from one. That's fine. Well, let's blind them here. Okay. And then I'm going to have this unit retreat. They will take some damage from the attack of opportunity there. That's okay, because they're going to move there. They're going to get their extra bonus from charging, and they're going to kill this unit, which will allow my warlocks to blast these guys for all 3 attacks, which will deliver a lot of weakened. So this weakened status effect is going to prevent them from dealing much damage, and my archers are going to kill this guy. So they can now take 3 shots, which will absolutely finish them off, so they're super dead. Alright, now we can end our turn, and these little golems will attack my Dark Warriors, as expected. My Dark Warriors will retaliate and hit quite hard, but this unit gets to attack 3 times. And we can't, you can only retaliate once per turn. Now, it's time to die, so goodbye. You have expired. Wonderful. So we gain 12 draft and 12 gold from killing them because of our Ruthless Raiders perk. So that's immediately going to this territory, and it's going to speed up the building process of my scouts. And we have more distance that we can go, so what I'm going to do is advance up this way, and we're going to take out this unit here. What are they? They're all tier 1s. I can kill them pretty easily. Phantasm Warriors. Alright. I think they're magical, so we can't eat them either, which really sucks, but so it is. Alright. Some research. Okay. So these researches, this is available because we are a dark culture. These 2 are available because of the Tome of the Roots that we have. So the tomes that you get throughout the course of the playthrough actually will determine most of the research that you get throughout the game. There's a couple of universal researches, and there's a couple of cultural researches that you want. I want these 2. I want both. I want all 3 of them, actually. They're all good, but you can only pick one right now. There's a chance that the other ones that we don't pick will come up later, so it's no, don't feel like this decision is binding in any way. It's just what do you get immediately. And I'm going to get Poison Blades. So Poison Blades will be a unit enchantment, and I will show you how that works when we actually get it. But basically, it's going to permanently buff up my melee infantry to give them poisoned attacks, which is good. All right, that is the first turn. Let's we need to rename this city though, because I don't like this name. So, how do we do that? There we go. Change city name. We will call it the Spinner's Nest. All right. So, end turn. And let's see what happens. Probably nothing, because it's very early in the campaign. Alright, so there's more places that we can send our scouts up in this direction to uncover. Is there a way that we can go? No, so we're pretty boxed in here unless we start excavating. So we need to start excavating as soon as possible. But I'm going to send Synarix over to go deal with this army. But since we can't reach that this turn, I'm just going to dig out that territory to give ourselves a little bit more breathing room. So excavation is a mechanic that our underworld civilization can make use of, which is great. Alright, so as you can see, this territory has been removed, revealing a mushroom forest down below for us. Now, I'm going to see about engaging them. It's telling me it's a risky battle. Maybe I should wait until I have some more forces available. Because this unit here, while it's sitting on a resource node, so I do need to get rid of them eventually, they are, you can see their flag here is gray, which means they're not actually hostile. They're not going to attack me. Not until I attack them. So I'm not going to deal with them right now. We'll kill them later. What I will do is do some excavations. And with our second scout, I think we're going to do some more excavations as well. So we can excavate down here and try and create a path along this lava river. May as well, right? See what we find that way. We need as much open ground as we can get. And you can cut this terrain out as well. Let's give our city a little bit of space to breathe, which will be very relevant later when we actually start doing the city expansions. Did that unit just disappear? No. Wait. I think they just vanished. Okay. We have a spider army here. 3 spiders. Now, you'd think we'd be friends with the spiders, right? But here's the thing. It's a spider-eat-spider world out there, right? And the spinner in darkness, while it certainly favors spiders, because that is the form that it has taken, it fully understands that spiders gotta eat other spiders in order to survive. And that includes us humans, because humans are spiders too, right? So, us killing spiders is by no means heretical. It's just the natural order of things. The strongest spider lives.
You have encountered a resource node. They provide additional...
We already know this. It's a, you know, like a, you know, spider Darwinism, right? That's what's happening here. We will, of course, honor them by feasting on their corpses. So, the big boy here is a problem. They can web me. And are quite dangerous. But let's move into here. That's going to be low foliage. Give us a little bit of cover. Not much, but some. Move our archers over that way. Synarix, you can move up to here, and my warlocks are going to move up behind her, and then she can do the whole warding. You can do the whole defense there. You can do the whole defense there. You can do the whole defense there. And hopefully it doesn't spit a web onto these 3 units and immobilize them. I bet that's exactly what it's going to do. It's what I would do if I was a spider. Alright. Well, it didn't. Okay. Okay, so, what can we do? I think we got to get rid of the big one first. Do we want to get rid of the big one first, or do we want to kill the little ones? Let's get rid of the big one first, because it can actually do a lot of damage. So, my warlocks are going to cast the Sundering Curse. Have fun with this. There you go. A whole lot of damage. Which should allow my... do I blast them? I think I should just advance here. Blast it. Deal a bit of damage. Why not, right? Good. That's 1 dead, and they're blind. Charge in. Oh yeah, that's good damage. Now my archers can advance 2 squares and still be able to attack, so they are within range of these spiders. But those spiders are going to be in range of me, so I'm going to hit them with an ice shackles. That should slow them. Ideally, nope, they're still going to be able to get me. Can I pull back? Still be in range of them? No, my archers have abysmally low range, fortunately. Either that or the spiders are fast. Could be either. Ah, crap. Well, not much to be done about it. My guys are surrounded. They're gonna have a rough time. And my leader's been webbed. That's fine. I wasn't planning on moving her anytime soon. She's got full visibility over the battlefield anyways, so... Okay. We are in a little bit of danger here, so I'm gonna heal this unit. And my warlocks are gonna advance just a tad. You advance to here. You can still get 2 attacks off. And we can kill this big spider. And it's dead. Alright. Now, these guys here can eat the corpses and heal. Because that's a free action. They can really eat those corpses fast. And then they're going to kill this little spider unit. They're dead now. And my leader is going to blind these spiders here, which should allow my archers to escape, and mitigating that opportunity attack against them, or straight up preventing it. And then they can shoot some arrows in, which will weaken them and prevent them from dealing a whole lot of damage next turn. Okay, the spiders are going to attack my leader. That's perfectly fine. She can take it. She's no stranger to being skewered by spider fangs. Kind of her thing. Alright, now they fumbled that attack, unfortunately. Okay. These little spiders don't do much damage, but they do poison, and that can definitely stack up after a while. So let's move our archers up here, right here. Get some good damage in there. Get our warlocks in to finish that unit off. And then I'm going to use this unit to charge them, because they'll get the extra damage bonus from tiles moved. So their charge ability. Alright. The spiders are dead. Now we will eat their corpses and get all of these resources to the spinner's nest. Fantastic. And we've unlocked more territories to potentially expand into. So, we are going to continue our excavations. And what is this? That looks like something. We'll look at that eventually. Alright, we have a tunnel. Interesting. Well, let's send one of our scouts down this tunnel. Sure, nothing bad will happen. Okay, more territories to excavate as well. And you're gonna head up here. Okay, no, you're not. You're gonna go this way, and you're gonna excavate this one. I want to leave this here and prevent any sort of branching tunnels just yet. My ruler has leveled up. Alright, so one ability that I definitely want for her is True Sight. Because, is it any good? No, but it's super thematic, and we're going for thematic here. She is an oracle, right? She's no longer using her eyes to see, mostly because she doesn't have eyes anymore. And really, where she's going, who needs eyes to see anyways? So, she can now spot invisible or camouflage units. Once again, this is not useful right now, but what it is going to do is unlock the leadership talent tree. She is a guide, so she's going to be doing a whole lot of, like, leading her people. So that's going to be quite handy, because that is going to affect her entire army, which is pretty good. Also, we should draft up a new unit, so let's get another Dark Warrior and another Pursuer. We can spend 130 gold to hurry recruitment and immediately draft up a Dark Warrior, but I'm going to wait on that. We don't need to spend our gold just yet. I could spend Imperium to immediately get another population slot. We're getting it next turn anyway, so I'm going to wait on that. Because I need my Imperium for my Empire improvements. We're going to start unlocking fairly soon. And there's a couple that we definitely want. Alright, our Poison Blades are done. So, we are going to go into the next research, which will be the Enchanted Crow Companions, which is basically going to be an enchantment that we can cast on the greater, like, actual world map. And it's going to give all of our scouts Crow Companions, which are going to grant them +2 vision range, which is going to be very useful while they're doing all of their scouting. Oh, look, more spiders. What a shocker. Well, we can take them. Manual combat once again. Okay. I would like to move just a little bit, which will allow us to actually cast a Restore on this unit. Move a bit of life back. And they're going to advance to here. I'm going to keep my force a bit more together so that they can all benefit from her warding, except which she cannot do this turn because she used another ability. Alright. Okay, they're coming. Okay, we're going to heal my pursuers, and we can go in and attack them, but I would like to hit them once again with a Sundering Curse. I think getting rid of the big spider unit early was the correct call, because the little spider units don't really do all that much damage. So this will cripple them pretty badly. Nice. Takes out one of them. We can definitely take out another one. Could even move a little closer. Right? Yeah, why not? Nice. Now they're blind. My archers can advance to here. 50% chance of hitting, but there's a chance that we hit our allies instead. So let's shoot the little guys here. We'll pick off some of the models as well, so that's also good. You guys are done. Yep. Good. Ah, they've webbed me. Okay, if they come here and attack my archers, which they did, that's going to be a problem, because now they can't get away. Okay, that's fine. They can take it. And she can take it. Okay. Gonna be down to my warlocks, I think, to liberate my archers. I'm going to drop another ice shackles here. Okay, and that actually hit that one. That's not bad. You're gonna eat those corpses. Get some health back. Very good. And deal some damage to the ones on the archers. Very nice. 70% chance. Do it. Good. My archers are freed. So my archers are going to attempt to free my leader, which is not going to work, but they'll at least kill some of them. Which will allow my leader to move away, triggering a opportunity attack. That's fine. And then she is going to blast this unit to blind them, because they're going to have impunity to attack whoever the hell they want. Okay, we'll take some poison damage. That's okay. Alright. Wow. They're attacking my archers too. Ooh, boy. I lost my archers. That's a shame. That's okay. If there was a unit that I didn't mind losing, it was that one. So, finish these ones off. And then warlocks, give them the Sundering Curse. Very nice. And then my leader can finish them. And they're dead. Alright. Battle over, unfortunately with a casualty, but that's okay. We could retry it, but I'd rather not. I'll take the casualty and go. We have leveled up again. Have we? Yes. So now, we have some leadership talents here. We can do Inspiring Leader, which would reduce the unit upkeep, or Strength Training, which would increase all the damage of all non-hero units in this army by 10%. I like that. Make them do more damage. Sounds good to me. We have a strange monster den. Okay, so this is an infestation. Nature is seldom good or evil. It is hungry, territorial, and protective of its young. Nests and dens such as these are homes to various beasts of the wild, whose natural ferocity and power of tooth, claw, or beak may prove more than a match for the sharpest steel. So a throng of vile monsters has claimed this region. If left unchecked, they will grow in strength, expand their territory, and send out invasion armies. So we need to deal with them. I'm going to pull up to the edge of their territory and see what they have. They have 3 spider units. I'm going to wait till I have a unit to reinforce, which will be next turn. Also, we can now expand our territory. So, there's a couple of options. Both of these places have the gold veins. Yeah. We're building a storehouse for extra food income. We do need production, but... yeah, actually, let's build a quarry here. That'll get us 15 production. That should drastically speed up the... because we're sitting on 21 production, so that's going to basically give like a 2/3 bonus to our production speed. So, do that. That'll increase the time. Yeah, so now it's going to take 4 turns rather than 6 turns to get our storehouse up and running. And, yeah, we now have this quarry right here, which is giving us 15 production per turn, which is pretty good. Scouts. Scouts, continue. Head down here. Lots of places to excavate here. I like that. Go digging down here. See what we can find. And you... we're going to head up this way. And why don't you dig this territory out? We have a spell ready to cast. Poison Blades, do it. So, next turn, Poison Blades will be ready, and that's going to buff up our Dark Warriors, which will also have another Dark Warrior in our ranks. Once that's recruited. Orders required. Okay, I thought we had 1 turn left. Apparently that was not true. Well, I could rush the recruitment to get them immediately right now. It's only 2 gold, so I'm just going to do that. And you're going to advance up to here. We will amass our forces together and be ready for attacking later. Now, I could build another Dark Warrior. We'll have 4 units here. Another Archer will be 5, so yeah, I should build 1 more Dark Warrior. Oops. I like the Dark Warriors more than the Archers. I like it because they can tie up enemy units and all that. Okay, we have an annoying army here. Gargoyle and 3 of the rock bastards. So let's move our scout away from them, because they can potentially pick off my scouts, which I would not like. So let's move back over this way, because then there will at least be mountains in the way. And we need to, I think, deal with them first. New Empire Development Scale is available. So this is the Empire Development Tree, which is literally a tree. It looks beautiful. And we are getting, basically because of our affinities, which is the thing I mentioned all the way at the start of this video, is we are getting +2 Shadow Affinity per turn, +2 Chaos Affinity, and +2 Nature Affinity per turn. Each of these will unlock nodes on these branches that we can then pay Imperium for to gain the bonuses of. But also, for every affinity we get, no matter what type, we are also getting general affinity. So we're getting +6 general affinity because 2 + 2 + 2 is 6. Math lessons with the Ash Heritor. You can thank me later. Bet you didn't know that. And so there's lots of different things that we can get. We could get basic seafaring, which I don't need because there's not an ocean in sight. Knowledge extraction, gain +50 knowledge per level of heroes defeated in combat. We're probably not going to find any heroes anytime soon either. The Call of Chaos, defeating an infestation grants you a unit based on the infestation defeated. I like that because we're about to take on an infestation. Fruitful integration, founding or absorbing new cities takes -2 turns, and newly founded or absorbed cities gain +1 population. That's also going to be really good, but we're taking this first. And we'll take that when we actually start to found a new city. Now, I've got extra Imperium left over, so I am going to immediately increase the population. It's going to take 75 Imperium, but this would otherwise take 5 turns. So I'm paying 75 Imperium, which will definitely pay for itself after 5 turns. And this is going to immediately give us a new territory. So I could build a mana conduit, which would increase our mana by 15 because of this mana node here, or because there's a mana node here, I can also build a research outpost, which will give us +10 mana and +5 research, which is what I'm going to do. So we're going to do that. And you here are going to run away, because that looks scary. That is a tier 3 unit, or maybe just a tier 2 unit, but anyways, not what I want to deal with right now, so let's send them away. Excavating does reveal all kinds of horrible monsters, so excavation is a dangerous process. But I like to live dangerously, so, you know. Alright. What I'm going to do is move my hero... Oh, fuck. Into my territory, which is going to increase her regeneration. And then I am going to actually rush the recruitment of this pursuer. And put the pursuer in her army, and then next turn we're gonna go and take on that something, whatever, I don't know. Infestation. Alright, you're gonna go excavate there, because that army just moved across the mountains and is hunting for you, so I would like you to get away from it. Orders required. We will wait on that for the time being. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, end turn. Well, from the looks of it, our scout is being attacked by that army that it was running away from. And that is 3 tier 2 units, which we definitely cannot survive. So, I can try a manual combat to try and escape. I don't know. I'll see if that's even possible. Perhaps it is. Is there a place I can run away?
This is a scout unit.
Yes, I know. They're not very good. Yeah, I can run away by getting to here. Nearby units will lose morale. This unit will lose health and move points after the battle. If you lose the battle, the unit will either die or scatter and reappear in one of your cities after a few turns. Well, you know, there's a chance. So that'll be a defeat. Hopefully it survived. Alright, so that's a bit concerning, because we now have another army that way that's rather close to my territory. So, and there's this. So I'm going to pull my scouts back. Unfortunately, we dug too greedily and we dug too deep, and we awakened all manner of nameless evils. But let's cast Poison Blades. So we're going to enchant our units. This is going to give them all +4 blight damage, but reduce their physical damage by 2, and basically has a 30% base chance of inflicting the poison status effect over time on hit. So, and there is a visual that goes along with it. So now they all look like this, with poisoned blades. Looks pretty cool, huh? Alright. We have one more turn, so I'm going to queue up immediately another building. Let's queue up a workshop to get more production and draft. And then we'll be good. I think I'm going to expand my city again. Because I can. And we're going to build a gold mine right here. We got a quarry, a mine, and a research post. I don't mind spending my Imperium right now to get kind of an early head start with my city's resources, because it's hard to build new cities in the underground. So we definitely need to. All right, here we go. They're coming to me. So the hostile armies you dredge up while, you know, digging, definitely come for you. All right, that is a. Oh boy, it's a bone wyvern. I don't like that. I don't like any of this. Well, let's advance. Okay. Defend. Defend. I don't know what the range on that enemy is. If it's got range even, it might. But, let's just assume that it does. These are hilarious. Look at them. They look awesome. They're like crabs made out of dead people with cages on their backs. Also, when they die, they summon a skeleton unit, which, they're kind of rough. So I'm going to Arctic Blast them, though, yeah, so that's going to slow them. That's at least going to give me some time to, ideally deal with a wyvern a little bit better. So let's... Hold on, how far do I need to be before I can make attacks on it? I could hit them with this already. I can hit them with a Sundering Curse, so that's good. My archers, can I get into range? I cannot. So we're just going to move our archers there. And our warriors up right here. Get into a defensive posture. And let's get Synarix up there. She can kind of protect the flanks. And can she already hit anything? No. Do a defensive stance there. Great. Next unit, what do we have? These guys, defend. All right. End turn. Give me your worst. Actually, please don't. Give me, like, your lackluster, half-assed attempt. Alright, that was pretty half-assed. I appreciate it. Okay, so if I hadn't slowed them, they would be on top of me already, so... that would be concerning. Let's deliver some pain. So we can probably take out this wyvern. Yeah, we can totally take him out with a wyvern. Where do I want to save my archers? I have no line of sight. Alright, I need to actually get my warlocks in close. Still no line of sight. What the fuck? Alright, then you have to shoot there. Okay, and then my archers are going to shoot the wyvern down. Alright, it's weakened, so now they'll die. Goodbye. And you are going to charge the first of the bone golem crabs, but I'm going to hit them with a blind, which was unfortunately resisted, and then we're going to hit them with this, which will weaken them, and then we're going to charge in. Alright. Very good. We can do this. It's such a cool-looking enemy. I love it. You can actually recruit these two with the Tome of Necromancy. You're eating corpses. That's... Bro, that's my thing. Did I say you could do that? I'm fairly certain I didn't. Let's... Ow. I wanted to do that just so that we could get extra charge bonus, but I don't think that was worth it in the end. Let's give him a regen. Alright. I should have hit him with the Sunder defense first. Well, I'll do it this turn. I'll do it right now. Hopefully we can straight up kill this enemy, and then my archers can benefit from the Sunder defense, and hopefully kill it dead. Awesome. It's dead. And skeletons. What a surprise. Let's blind the skeletons? No, let's blind this thing. Wow, we dealt a ton of damage to that. Okay. Alright. So they're just attacking my Dark Warriors. That's fine. Ouch. Okay, Heal? Warlocks, get over that way so that you can actually hit this target. So do I want this thing dead? Actually, I don't know if I want that thing dead, because it's gonna... Yeah, I want it dead. Yes, it'll summon skeletons, but at the very least, I missed. Shit. Okay. Alright, hit them. Ow, they hit me first. Okay, I may lose this Dark Warrior, unfortunately. But, that is what it is. Okay, we're doing some healing. Ouch. What is this thing doing here? It's just floating around. Okay. Alright, well, unfortunately we lost a unit, which does decrease our general morale, but we should be fine. So I'm going to hit them with the Sundering Curse. And then my archers can pick off one of these units. Pick that one off. They're dead. You can then pick off that unit, and they're also dead. Alright. One casualty, but at least one of these marauding armies has been dealt with, and we get some good resources out of the deal, and we leveled up, so I call that a win. Some of our men died, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Okay. Let's get defensive training now, so all of my units are going to get +1 defense and resistance as they benefit from her blind guidance. So that'll be good. And let's move back. Christ, there's like 2 enemy armies converging on our territory right now. We need to actually... Ah, my spider has returned. Excellent. I need to recruit some more units. Let's get another Dark Warrior on the line. Let's rush the recruitment there. And immediately bring out another one, because there's been some attrition, unfortunately. Move her up to there, and let's get this Dark Warrior into her army. Alright. Hold off for now. You are going to run somewhere to do some more excavations. To inevitably... Ah, hi. Yeah, you're still here. That's fine. We're going to dig around you, if you don't mind. Which will inevitably conjure another hostile army for me to deal with, but hey, it's XP. At the meager cost of friendly lives. And unfortunately, we can't eat most of these units, which is really sad. It's all summoning undead and magical units. Alright, here they come. No, they didn't make it to me. What about these ones? They didn't either. Now the question is, are they allied? I'm assuming not. Alright. Enchanted Crow Companions are done. Perfect. Now we will get... Oh man, these are all good. Well, this is not as good. This is going to grant non-dark units Call the Weak. All of my units are dark units, so they already have Call the Weak. So I don't need that right now. I definitely need Wayfinder, because that's going to speed up my scouts. And we definitely want to cast Enchanted Crow Companion. So that's going to cost us some of our mana. And this resource, which is World Map Casting Points. Much like the Combat Casting Points are just a renewable... Like, you get X amount every turn. There's no increasing or decreasing it, aside from certain things, but, like... You don't have to worry about spending it, because you can't save it. This is very much the same for World Map Casting. So we don't need to concern ourselves with saving that resource for anything. Alright, we can go back this way, because the enemies there have been dealt with. And you have, oh look, excavated another hostile army. What a surprise. Why don't you excavate here, and hopefully not drag out another hostile army, because that would suck. But I guess we'll see what happens. Alright, Synarix. Should I rush recruitment here? Only going to cost me 112. I'm going to do it, just to make sure I have overwhelming force. And you can get into Synarix's army. We have a full stack, and you are going to go and kill this first army right now. Good. I can auto-combat this. I think we're gonna see what happens. I can always retry. So that's the cool thing about auto-combat, is just if you don't like the results, you can retry, which will automatically make you manually fight it, which I like a lot. But I'm okay with that result. They're dead. And now we can go and deal with this army. Which, this time I'm gonna manual it, because I do have a weak unit that I would like to keep alive. So we're gonna keep him in the back. And I can also heal him, so... Alright, you are going to pull up right here. Let's move our strong unit up that way. Our other strong unit right there. We can put our archers right behind them. And our warlocks right here. Okay. And you are gonna get healed, because I have a basic restoration here that I can do. It's not a very good one, but it's something. And then you guys can defend. So take up position up there. Alright. And turn. Okay. So, drop another heal on them. It's going to give them a bit of regeneration, and they're just going to hang back for a little. And now we can get the charge off. However, I'm just going to move them up one for a second, give them some room. And I want to hit the these flying bastards with the... I wanted to hit them with the other one. I moved, of course. Couldn't. Okay, so I hit him with the magic barrage instead. Well, my archer's going to advance and also hit them with some magic missiles. So you're going to come up here, rush in there, and deliver a good whack, which is going to deal some damage. And you're going to do the same thing. Good. Synarix, advance. Pull up along this side, because we're definitely going to get flanked from that angle. I'd like you to pull up this way, and we could kill them, actually. Let's just do it. Good. They're dead. And let's bring up these units in reserve. Alright, my guys are fully healed now, so that's good. These rock golems, sure, there's a lot of them, but they really don't do much damage. So, when I say that, and they are actually doing a respectable amount of damage. No, that's a graze, and another graze. Alright. Yeah. As expected. Good thing I've got these guys in reserve, and they're now fully healed, so... Alright, I want to get rid of this unit, because they're threatening me. So we're going to do the sunder right there, and then these chaps are going to get in there. Or first my archers are going to get in there. Deliver some massive damage to them, and then these chaps should finish them off. Very nice. They're dead. That frees her up. And she is going to blast them. Pull up this way, then deliver a blast here for some damage. Let's drop a heal on these dudes. Prevent them from dying. And, yeah, give them the pain. Or I can eat a unit. We can eat a dead unit here. Yeah, do it. Can I? Not? Target cannot be affected because it's, yeah. Alright, fine. Give him the whack there. And, give him the whack there. Nice. Alright, only one guy left in that unit, so theoretically I should not lose anybody this battle, unless something goes horribly wrong. Great. Alright, they actually dealt quite a lot of damage to me. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this again. I am burning through my mana, but I feel it is necessary. Okay, advance. Warlocks. Give some magic bolts onto them to weaken them. And then my archers can advance up to here. Deliver a full volley into those guys. My caster can finish them off. Claim victory now. The enemy is fleeing the field. No, I want to kill them, because we might not be able to eat their corpse, but we can still pillage their corpses, because of the ruthless raiders. So, no survivors. Alright, they're dead. Great. Alright, the enemy armies, at least those ones have been dealt with. Okay, move up to there. We're still in our territory, so we'll get the extra regeneration bonus. And, yep. Can I add another population with Imperium? No, I'm gonna hold on to my Imperium. So we need to deal with this infestation sooner rather than later. Okay, that has now been dug out, so we have access to another little cavern over there. We could dig this out, but it's only going to create a little pocket. Okay, so there is a hostile army. Let's go crush them. Can't reach them in time. How many of them are there? 3. Again, okay, it's one of these armies. The oh, 2 bone wyverns this time. All right, that's alarming. A little bit. Go this way. Keep tabs on that infestation, and you are going to come down here and start digging greedily and deep into the mountain once again. Carve out that territory. Crow companions are done and ready to go. Do it. So all of these enchantments do cost mana upkeep, but we're looking pretty good on mana upkeep, and they're pretty cheap, or at least these ones are pretty cheap. So we have soil tenders, which will grant all farms that we build. So those are the just provincial improvements. plus 5 food, so increasing that from 5 to 10. That's very good as soon as we start building farms. Tier 1 units cost minus 30% upkeep from Impressment, which is a chaos skill, or All-Seeing. Free cities with a Whispering Stone assigned instantly provide you with vision range, and free cities or vassals with a Whispering Stone assigned grant you plus 10 knowledge. I don't have any free cities in my general vicinity, so we're not getting that, and we are also not getting this because there's no heroes around either. I'm going to take this for now, because it's good. I also want this, but we don't have any farms. So, I'll get that when we actually have some farms to benefit from. Okay, it's just one unit. Well, we should be attacked by those enemies next turn. We'll deal with them. Hopefully it'll be an easy army that we can just auto-resolve. I do like the combat in this game. It's just, it's a lot of the same units at this point. Let's just do it and see what happens. Can always retry it. Doesn't go well. That's good enough for me. They are dead. And did we level up yet? Ah, what do we have here? Quest for cultivation. The deputy bows deeply before she speaks. If the Unbeheld are to be victorious in this realm, we need to grow our borders, expand our cities, feed our people. In order to do so, your council proposes to claim more farmland. Your empire will grow, and your people will be grateful. Will you commit to building more farms, per the proposal of the Unbeheld? So, we will need to build 3 farm improvements, and then we'll get some sort of mystery bonus and extra stability. I agree, because we need farms anyways. So we have 25 turns to build 3 farm improvements, so we need to do some expansions. But that should be doable. Let's quickly withdraw back into our own territory to get some regen. And I'm going to send my scout down here. Ooh. Meeting Nefarious Donartur. Baron Elric Shadowbiter of the Free City Donartur greets you with a wily smile. Salutations, Oracular Seer, Cenaric's Curseweaver. Your reputation precedes you. It pleases us to meet an Oracular Seer who shares our convictions. Nevertheless, we ask you to respect Donartur's independence. We can give Elric Shadowbiter one of our Whispering Stones to start negotiation and gradually improve our allegiance with them. Well, they're a fellow dark culture, so I think this is actually a good idea. So, well, there is a free city indeed. Let's immediately give them a Whispering Stone. Like, start the process, right? Sounds good to me. So we could immediately boost the allegiance with them. How much does it take? Acquired allegiance for the next stage? 12? We could get that right now to get to a pact of cooperation, but let's not. Since we have a Whispering Stone, or since we're actually using a Whispering Stone, I'm going to cast or use All-Seeing. This will give us vision through their free city. So that's good. We now see a little bit farther. There's an underground passage that's going to lead to the surface. And yeah, this infestation has got to go. Alright. So we could go that way. But I don't know if they'll like me trespassing. So I'm going to actually head up this way and through there as soon as possible. And we are still excavating here. Thankfully, we didn't find any Balrogs or worse in this territory. So we're going to continue digging. Let's dig this out, and then we can dig out a tunnel into this next cavern. And somewhere, we got to look for a big cavern that doesn't look like it's filled with lava. So not that one. You can kind of see the lava exterior here, because we need to find a place to build another city pretty quickly. It's kind of difficult to build cities in these regions. So it might be that we aim for the surface, though actually this looks promising. Does it, actually? No, it's still lava. We'll see. You are going to go on guard mode, so they're just going to be defending the city from potential threats. And she can level up, so she is going to get another leadership bonus. Precision training, granting all of our units plus 10 accuracy and plus 10% critical chance. Kind of like that. Or units in the army gain 15 hit points and plus 2 status resistance. I like that more. And we get ourselves a signature ability. Signature skill. Visions of Woe. Enemy units within a 1 hex radius fumble their attacks for 1 turn. Okay. That's awesome. These also grant affinity, so this would grant us 1 mystic affinity, but I actually, because of our, like, oracle idea, I actually do want to go into mystic at some point. There's some cool stuff within the mystic tree that I like. Reckless Rage doesn't seem right. No, Visions of Woe, this is, like, straight up her thing. So we're taking that. It's just thematically, it's too good. We didn't actually buy, this, so confirm. We now have Visions of Woe, and our army has more health, which is good. Now, let's end turn, and we're going to deal with this infestation in just a second. So, okay, let's make our way there. And let me make sure I have the actual thing that grants us the bonuses from infestation. Yeah, so that if we wipe this infestation out, we'll probably actually get a spider unit from them, which would be great. Because, you know, we like spiders. Okay, you're going to head in through here and dig out this tunnel. So that'll open up this whole area. And you are now going to go this way. And dig that out. An evil lingers in these lands. Yes, I am aware. There's 3 units here now. Okay, so we didn't have line of sight on them, which made us think there was still 1 unit. So this spider coven has actually increased. Or nest, I should say. We call them covens. I know, technically spiders live in nests, but... Alright, let's see what this excavation gets us. Hopefully... nothing evil. No, we're looking okay here. Hold on. There's an icy region here. Interesting. Let's dig that out. And let's crush the spiders. That should be an easy combat. We're going to automatically resolve that. Hopefully no casualties. Wonderful. We have defeated the infestation, which is going to grant us a hunter spider. As a unit, a Wand of Inversion removes all negative status effects from the target ally and grants a random positive status effect for each negative one removed. That's awesome. Lightning Spear, which is a melee combat weapon. Strikes target enemy unit, grants chain strikes, deals 30% of damage to another enemy within 2 hexes. That's cool. And we get a whole lot of resources from that. Hot damn. Yeah, I'm taking that. And we have ourselves a spider. So what I'm going to do is, you, sir, are actually going to leave my army and head back home. And we're going to put this spider in her army, because, you know, that's her thing. All right, we need to build some buildings. So we have a lot of overflow from production, from clearing out that nest. So we should build a building here that is going to probably instantly build. So let's actually get the 2nd tier, or no. No, I want to build a granary first. So put that there. Oh, it's not going to instantly build, unfortunately. But we can probably instantly build another unit. Let's build a Pursuer and a Dark Warrior. We also can't do that. But it did reduce the building time to 2 turns because of the overflow that we got. And we do have, because of the food we got, we did get another population. So I can immediately build, say, a farm somewhere. Which sounds like a good plan. So farms will grant +5 to food, though we can immediately get the Empire improvement that makes it +10 to food. So I'm going to do that right now. There we go. Soil tenders has been purchased, so farms are now going to grant +10 to food. We need to build 3 of them, so I would like to build in that direction, but unfortunately all we can build is foresters here. Or we can build in this direction, because there's stuff to build there. Is this going to soil our relations with the Free City? I don't think so. No, I'll build up here. Then we can get this gold mine eventually, once we kill those units, which I think we'll do shortly. So, your time of standing there minding your own business is soon at an end. We have completed Wayfinders, so we will now get Baneful Curse, because that is a cool spell that we can cast on the battlefield to inflict sundered defense and resistance and weakened on anything in a radius. So that'll be fun. Ah, crap. We unearthed a great evil from the ancient world once again. It happens, you know. Let's dig out more. This is potential place for a new city, even though there's nothing good here. It's all just like barren, rocky terrain. But But I think we can build farms on that, at the very least. So, yeah, I'm hoping. So it might be a good place to build a second city. Or at least a not terrible place to build a second city. And because real estate is so harsh down here in the underworld, you kind of got to take whatever chance you get. We can always increase our city cap later. We can only build 3 cities right now, but obviously we're doing pretty okay on that front. Let's kill these phantasmal warriors now. We're gonna automatically resolve this. All right, they're dead. Fantastic. Cool. And we have liberated that gold. Ah, nice gold total. I like it. And we are going to grab this knowledge stash, increasing the knowledge that we get. 44 knowledge immediately. I like that. And let's dig out some territory here, right? Looks good. Okay. You are going to head back home and act as a garrison. And you are dug up another enemy from the ancient world. Very well. Spell ready to cast. Let's do the Wayfinder enchantment. It's going to speed up our scouts. Should be good. And, yeah, looking fine. Wonderful. Ah, we have an underground passage there, and there seems to be an enemy off in that distance. This is all frozen cavern, so we're in a pocket of cold area here. I don't know what building on frozen territory will grant, if anything useful. These guys are basically like just another tribe of the Unbeheld, is what I'm seeing. So it would be good to get them onto our side. We are alike, after all. Okay, we have a little bit of a garrison here. 3 men in the garrison should be fine. Do we flee deeper into the unknown, or do we flee back to our own territory? No, I'm gonna flee here and steal this this stash. And then, ah, shit. Now I'm stuck, though. I might be able to flee if they come and attack me, but we may have died to get this production resource. Which may not have been worth it, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes sacrifices must be made. Let's build an experimentation chamber here, which will grant 5 knowledge and 5 gold income. Sounds good to me. And, well, dealt with the enemy here. So I'm actually going to return back to my territory, and we're going to come through and deal with this enemy and look at potentially expanding here, because there's something there as well. And if we can dig this out, then we might be able to build up a city within this territory. It'll be kind of congested, much more than this one, but that's okay. Not every city needs to have an optimal plan. I mean, they should, but you take what you can get. Wayfinder enchantment is ready. We're going to enchant our spider riders, our scouts. They will now go faster, so they can now cover more terrain. Let's end turn and proceed onwards. Well, as expected, we've been attacked, so we're gonna have to flee. Also, we did unearth another army. Or perhaps we already unearthed that one and had run away from it. But we're gonna flee, because that's easy for us to do, because we're very fast, so... bye. On the off chance this lets us live. That would be great. The Pyreborn Hunt. Okay. Battle quest. Baron Elric Shadowbiter solemnly greets you. Majestic oracular seer. Donartur cordially invites you to join the ceremonial hunt of the Pyreborn Warg. Once every decade, our finest hunters ride out in search of the Pyreborn Warg. We cull every creature we find and collect the meat for the glory of Donartur. Until we finally catch that flame-infused warg, you would grant us a tremendous honor by joining us. Yeah. Sure. We have to slay 4 units? Does it specifically have to slay Pyreborn wargs? Perhaps we can just slay whatever. I don't know where to find any Pyreborn wargs, but I know where to find other things to kill, thanks to our reckless excavations. Ah, they're right there. Never mind. Let's go up that way. So it just spawned a unit. That's cool. I like that. Go this way, and once again, delve greedily and deep. Okay, this also potential for a city, though not very good either. None of it's good. What can we do? Let's kill those wargs, and then I'm gonna call it an episode. And we'll aim to set up a city in one of these side caverns, whichever one looks less bad. They're both terrible, mind you. So they don't have any natural resources, but that's alright. What can you do? We can at least make farms. We can farm the dirt. Okay. I mean, who knows? Maybe there'll be something here. We can excavate out a big region there. Baneful Curse is done. Fantastic. What's the next thing?
Skills to choose a new tome to add to your research library.
Lovely. So we have a couple of different options. So we have Chaos Affinity, we have Nature Affinity, we have Shadow Affinity, and we're also going into Astral Affinity. Basically, everything but Order Affinity and Industry Affinity I'm doing. I'm not doing these at all. So this is one that I kind of like, because there is a Mark as Prey ability, which is cool. It's a spell you cast on battle. It'll distract an enemy and give 3 sundered defense, which is good, something that we can stack up. There is Summon Wild Animal, which summons a random type of animal. It's not random, it's actually determined by what terrain you're on. So if you summon this in the underworld, it summons a spider. So I think this is probably what I'm going to go for, but quickly having a look around, there's the Tome of Souls, which allows us to summon those bone golems, but that kind of sends us down the necromancy route, which I don't really need. There's a Tome of Cryomancy, which sends us down like the frost route, which this is also for Shadow Affinity, but I don't need that either. Warding and Evocation, I'm not a big fan of, and the 2 Chaos Tomes, this is like Pyromancy, which I don't need, and Tome of the Horde, grant us access to Hound Masters, but like Hound Masters, if they were like Spider Masters, I would take it. So no, I'm gonna go with Tome of the Beasts, where that will increase our affinity, nature affinity, so now we're at 4 nature affinity. And we're going to do Summon a Wild Animal, which will allow us to use a spell to conjure giant spiders, or at least summon them from somewhere. Negotiation succeeded. Excellent. Our diplomatic state with Donartur is now a pact of cooperation. The free city opens its borders, trading is enabled, up to 2 resource trades are available, and magic materials can be traded, and next up we can get to a pact of loyalty. Fantastic. Good to hear. They're starting to like us. Look at that. We're being diplomatic. We're not eating them. They're of like mind. They'll surely join us in feasting on the fallen. And after all, it is always better to dine with friends than it is to dine alone. Alright, end turn. The wargs are close. That might be a rough fight. I think they're all tier 2 units. So, we might take some casualties, but once again, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, and we have fresh and eager reserves waiting to die in line. Alright. Advance. Someday. Yes. Good. Nope, not yet. Soon, though. And we've done our proper excavations here, so let's dig out a tunnel down this way. I think our spider may have actually, or our scout may have actually been killed. They didn't make it home. Well, I will, mourn their loss, I guess. Alright, here we have it. The battle against the wargs. We can hunt them all down. That should be an easy fight. There are only, oh, it's only 1 warg. Shit. So I have to hunt 4 of them. Unless those 4 count. I guess we'll see. They're dead? Did we get 4 out of 4? We did. Alright, after slaying the Pyroborn warg, you hear the distant horns of Donartur. The hunt is over. It's not long before Baron Elric Shadowbiter approaches you. He bows deeply. The Pyroborn warg is slain. May the great hunter, Synaric's Curseweaver, usher in glory to our great Donartur. The minstrels and Elric Shadowbiter's entourage sing a short ballad of triumph. The hunters gather every animal killed in the hunt, forming a respectable mountain of game. You outmatch us, Elric Shadowbiter declares. As the slayer of our venerable quarry, you are the first to claim your prize. So we've increased our relations by 300. Nice. That's a lot. I will claim all of the meat that we have collected today. That'll give us 390 food to the spinner's nest. That's pretty good. Basically, we'll be able to get a population in one turn. Or you may keep the meat, but I will take the pelts, which give us 299 gold. I don't need gold as much. Allow me to enlist one of your formidable Night Guard Hunter. That's good. Night Guard is a tier 2 unit, but we're mounting the head of the warg shall symbolize my empire's supremacy to grant me 130 Imperium. I am going to take the Imperium, because 130 Imperium is going to let me do this immediately. So, yeah, that's just added another population right then and there. So why wouldn't I do that? Alright, let's build some farms here now. So we got one more farm to go. And fuck it, I'm gonna immediately build the next one, so that's done. The first sowing of the season is past, and returned to you a pleased, Unbeheld council deputy.
A grand day for the Unbeheld, the deputy proclaims. With this new farmland, our people thrive and our cities will expand greatly. Your wisdom truly knows no bounds, oracular seer. The council of the Unbeheld is grateful.
Your people are grateful for this prosperity and gather to hear your wisdom. What message do you proclaim to the Unbeheld? So all of our cities will gain 32 stability for 6 turns. And all free cities of the Unbeheld gain some extra relations. Nice. Nurture the crops that I have given you. You would gain 152 extra food. Basically speeding up the next population increase by 3 turns. Or magic is what drives us. 6 turns, 26 mana per turn. That is a lot, but I don't need it at the moment. The true honor of the Unbeheld lies in military service. No, we're gonna take the food. I don't need the draft. All right, cool. So population's looking good. We have an 8 population city. Oh, and we can immediately build something else. Jesus Christ. All right, well, let's build another farm. We will farm the underworld. All right, and we leveled up, so... And we also got some items. Let's equip the Wand of Inversion, and we have this lightning spear. Do I take it? Do I use it? I don't know, this is a tier 1 staff. Lightning spear is tier 3. Yeah, I mean, why not? We'll make her a melee unit? Sure. It's kind of cool, actually. She can fight up close. And she'll level up. And we will, of course, give her more leadership. So we can get, act leader, no, vigor. And give her more hit points. Experience leader. All non-hero units gain +2 experience per turn. Don't really need that. Precision training. All units gain +10 accuracy and 10 critical chance. Do it. There we go. Alright. Looking good. Alright. And new Empire development skills are available. So we have Natural Recovery. Your units regenerate an additional 15 hit points per turn in friendly domain. That's good. Road building. That's really good. Units can now build roads on the world map. Road building can be enabled in army building panel. Roads are built on hexes, which the army moves and costs 3 gold per hex. Right at the last stand, each city in your empire loses 1 population, but immediately summons 3 tier 1 units. That would be good if we get attacked. We could gain an extra Whispering Stone. We don't need an extra Whispering Stone now, because there's no other factions for us to encounter. So I'm going to get road building, because screw it. You know, why not? We'll build roads. And since we're going to build roads, I'm actually going to immediately build a road to my capital from this region. So yeah, that's now built there. That wasn't necessarily the best place to build it, but we don't need to worry about that. And yeah, there's roads all throughout my territory here already. So let's quickly build one down this way. We can have our layabout men actually work towards something. Hey! Still, it's not great, and it's very close to that city. Which makes me think this city's probably going to expand that way. So if I put a city right there, this city has no room to expand. And eventually, this city will become our vassal, and we can even integrate it into our empire. So, like, I could just conquer it, but they're friends. They're fellow worshippers of the Spinner in Darkness, so we're not going to do that. But all of that is going to happen in the upcoming episode. So, once again, if you haven't enjoyed this, please drop this video a like. I can't tell you how crucial that is for an opening video in a series. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And, yeah, I'll catch you in the next episode. Asunder out.